funds that will benefit developing countries.
Let's now head over to South America, and amid a brutal polar cold front sweeping Argentina, 5 people, including a young child, have died from suspected carbon monoxide poisoning in Villa Devoto, a residential district of Buenos Aires. Emergency officials say the victims likely inhaled toxic gas overnight from heating appliances left running to keep warm during the sub-zero temperatures. Alberto Crescenti, director of the city's emergency medical service, said the tragedy came to light when a relative, worried after getting no response, arrived at the home and found the victims lying unconscious on the floor. Firefighters responding to the call confirmed the air inside was unbreathable due to a strong smell of gas, and carbon monoxide leak is believed to be the cause. Among the victims were 2 elderly adults, a couple, and a 4-year-old girl. Crescenti said rescuers managed to save a 2-year-old girl, 9-month-old child from the home, who was also pulled out alive and is now in a stable condition. The incident comes as Buenos Aires faces the coldest temperatures in the world for a capital city this week, with a polar air mass blanketing Argentina. Authorities are once again urging families to ensure proper ventilation when using gas heaters and to have appliances checked regularly as the country braces for more bitter cold in the days ahead. Moving on to Oceania now, a massive data breach has hit Australia's flagship airline. Qantas says hackers accessed a system containing personal data of nearly 6 million customers. The airline confirmed the breach after detecting what it called unusual activity on a third-party platform earlier this week. The breach reportedly includes names, phone numbers, email addresses, birth dates, and frequent flyer numbers. However, Qantas says no credit card information, passport numbers, or personal financial details have been exposed. In a statement released today, Qantas said the stolen data is likely to be significant in volume. The airline has taken what it calls immediate steps to secure its systems and is now working closely with Australian cyber authorities. Meanwhile, the incident has been reported to the Australian Cybersecurity Centre, Federal Police, and the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner. Group CEO Vanessa Hudson apologised to customers, saying our customers trust us with their personal information and we take that responsibility seriously. She added that the airline is directly contacting affected customers and will provide ongoing support. This cyber attack adds to Qantas's growing list of challenges. Previously, the airline has faced major reputational damage from controversial ticket sales during the COVID-19 pandemic to lobbying efforts against rival Qatar Airways. Not only that, but the breach also comes just days after the FBI in the US warned that a cybercriminal group called Scattered Spider is now targeting airlines. The group is known for impersonating employees and launching ransomware attacks to steal data and demand extortion payments. As Qantas investigates the full scope of the breach, concerns grow over how secure airline customer data truly is and what more needs to be done to protect it. We'll head back over to North America now, and in a major policy turn, the University of Pennsylvania has agreed to ban all transgender athletes from its women's sports teams following a federal TITLIX investigation tied to the controversy over swimmer Leah Thomas, the first openly transgender athlete to win the NCAA women's title in 2022. Authorities say that by allowing Leah Thomas to compete in the women's swim team, the university denied biological females a fair chance at records and titles. As part of the settlement, UPENN will now remove Thomas's records from the books, restore titles to other swimmers, and issue written apologies to those affected. The university must also adopt a biological definition of female when it comes to team participation, essentially banning trans women from women's teams moving forward. This follows a recent executive order signed by President Donald Trump earlier this year, threatening to pull federal funding from schools that allow transgender women in women's sport. For now, UPENN says it will fully comply with federal orders, and the case may now set a precedent for other universities across the country. This is part of a wider wave of new policies at both the state and federal level, reshaping how schools and sports teams define gender and participation. Well, that's all we have time for, but we'll continue